religions grouped into one called Hinduism. Oftentimes, you mentioned Buddhism and you mentioned Islam. Out of those three, what can you name the challenges unique to each one in discipleship? Or is it more about family and geographical area than it is about religious?
Yeah, I think family and culture is very important in all three.
Yeah.
Because once you become a Christian, there is a sense in which you give up the family religion, which is almost like giving up the family. So that's a major crisis. That's why we always recommend that you go and make friends with the parents. The parents may hate you, but our people are polite by nature. So when you visit them, they are polite to you. They may scold you after you've gone. They may scold us. But so we have to make sure that we have as cordial a relationship as possible, and we need to be making inroads as much as we can, making inroads into the community to show that we are part of it and we are part of that. Working with Buddhists, I think it's the in your country, nationalism and Christianity is associated, whereas for us, Buddhism and Christianity is associated, and nationalism is associated. So when a person gives up Buddhism, it's like they're giving up their national identity. So that's very hard, and it's very hard for the parents. So that's one challenge. Another challenge is theological. In Buddhism, you find your satisfaction by working for your salvation, whereas in Christianity, it is grace. And for them to understand grace takes a long time. In fact, we have found people are first more attracted to the Christian lifestyle, and little by little, they begin to understand that the key to this lifestyle is grace. It's something that doesn't come immediately. When they are converted, we don't know. So that's theologically, there are major battles to go through. And for example, explaining the cross of Christ is very challenge. It's a big challenge, and it's a challenge that we cannot give up. Using story after story after story, each one giving some aspect of what it means for Christ to die for us. We try to explain that. So that's with the Buddhist, and the Hindu also has that works orientation. But in Hinduism, the major challenge is that Christianity is respected, and in their pluralistic approach to religion, it's accepted as a legitimate religion, but not as the only religion. So people will accept Christ, but they are not willing to give up their other gods. They just add him, maybe make him the supreme of the other gods, but they don't give up the other gods. So that's a major challenge. With the Muslims, of course, their family unity is so close. It's very, very difficult for them to leave the family. And that is something that is a major thing that we have to work with. And again, the key is for friendship with Muslims. It's vitally important. Muslims represent 1/3 of the world's population, or I don't know, maybe some aspect. I can't remember the exact figure. But one of the great ambitions of Christians should be to make friendship with Muslims so that the gospel can go to them. A lot of people, when they think of Muslim, they think jihad. Christians, when we think of Muslims, we think gospel. They need Christ. And the only way jihad is not what every Muslim thinks about. There are a lot of nice, friendly, civil people who are in the Muslim faith, and we need to relate to them, to open bridges, to build bridges, so that the gospel can be shared with them.